Philadelphia, the cradle of American independence, a city where the Declaration of Independence was signed, and today boasts impressive skyscrapers, an iconic food scene, and an overflowing passion for sports. But behind this perfection, there is a hidden reality that few want to see. In this video, we will uncover the other side of Philadelphia, where majesty coexists with decay. Philadelphia is the largest city in the state of Pennsylvania and the sixth most populous city in the United States, with an approximate population of 1.6 million residents. It is located on the east coast of the country, between New York and Washington, D.C., along the banks of the Delaware River. Its strategic location made it a key center for trade and politics since colonial times. The city impresses with its blend of history and modernity. Its iconic skyscrapers, such as the Comcast Center, which at 341 meters is the tallest building in Philadelphia, and One Liberty Place, inspired by New York's Chrysler Tower, give it an imposing air. Not only does its architecture stand out, but also its culinary culture, where the famous Philly cheesesteak shines, a sandwich made with beef and melted cheese that has become a local icon. Another traditional dish is the soft pretzel, a soft pretzel that is enjoyed with mustard and is very popular in the region. And if we talk about passions, Philadelphia vibrates with its love for sports. American football with the Eagles, Super Bowl champions in 2018, and baseball with the Phillies, one of the oldest teams in MLB, have turned this city into an epicenter of intense emotions, with stadiums like Lincoln Financial Field and Citizens Bank Park filling up with fans every season. However, the perfect image fades when we move away from the financial districts and delve into their forgotten neighborhoods. Let's leave behind the image of a prosperous city and travel to a scene that seems straight out of a horror movie. In Kensington, the landscape is different. The streets are filled with people wandering aimlessly, with vacant looks, staggering bodies, and erratic movements. If you've ever seen a zombie movie, this could be filmed here without the need for special effects. It's not science fiction. It's the cruel reality of a crisis that has destroyed lives and entire families. During the day, the few businesses that remain struggle to survive in a hostile environment. And at night, the streets become even darker, with a sense of complete abandonment. The police, with limited resources, can barely contain the situation, while residents desperately seek a way out of this urban hell. But how did Philadelphia get to this point? It was once one of the most important cities in the United States, an economic engine that contributed to the growth of the country. However, industrial decline, lack of opportunities, and neglect from authorities have turned it into the poorest city in the country. While its skyscrapers reflect wealth and progress, many streets seem to belong to another world, where poverty and hopelessness dominate. Kensington. The neighborhood of forgetting, the transformation of Kensington is alarming. What was once a working-class community is now a territory where many people have fallen into a dead-end spiral. The crisis has led to streets filled with individuals who have lost control of their lives due to certain substances. But we cannot ignore those who, without having fallen into these problems, are forced to live in makeshift tents. In winter, the suffering multiplies. Extreme temperatures put them at risk, and many do not survive. 36% of the population in Kensington is African American, while 51% are Hispanic, and the rest is divided between white and other ethnicities. Of the residents of Philadelphia, only 52% are homeowners, while 48% live in rented housing, and the availability of affordable housing is decreasing. Currently, the average rent price in Philadelphia is around $1,800 per month, which makes it difficult for many low-income families to access decent housing. Despite its history and cultural appeal, Philadelphia is not one of the most sought-after cities to move to. In fact, in recent years, there has been a trend of migration to other cities with better economic opportunities and lower crime rates. Poverty combined with crime and lack of opportunities has turned Kensington into an epicenter of social issues. With the abandonment of institutions, criminals saw the perfect opportunity to turn Philadelphia into a strategic point for illicit activities. Kensington has become an epicenter where people consume these substances in the street, behaving like aimless zombies. One of the main triggers of this crisis has been the abuse of opioids, a substance that has ravaged the city. The lack of regulation and easy access have caused this situation to spiral out of control, leaving a trail of pain and destruction. Despite this crisis, Philadelphia is still considered a cosmopolitan city due to its cultural diversity and architectural landmarks. Among the most notable are the Philadelphia City Hall, an impressive building that remains the tallest masonry structure in the world. Its central tower is topped by a statue of William Penn, the founder of the city, the Masonic Temple, one of the largest and most elaborate in the world, famous for its imposing architecture and rich symbolism. Love Park, an iconic site that represents romanticism in the city, featuring its love sculpture, one of the most photographed in Philadelphia. Additionally, the park has a roller skating rink that has become one of the main attractions during spring and summer. Both tourists and locals enjoy this activity, which is accompanied by live music and a vibrant atmosphere that contrasts with other areas of the city. Old City, with its cobblestone streets and colonial architecture. It is a journey to the past of the United States, where Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell are located. First National Bank. It was the first bank to issue a federal note, a symbol of the economic power that the city once had. Its neoclassical structure remains a landmark in the financial history of the United States. The House of Dr. Physic, where the first human blood transfusion took place, a milestone in medicine. It currently operates as a museum and offers a glimpse into the medical advancements of the 19th century. These monuments remind us of the greatness of Philadelphia, but also the contrast between its glorious past and its current reality. Philadelphia is a city of extremes. On one hand, its architectural beauty, history, and passion for sports make it shine. But on the other hand, its social and economic crisis have plunged thousands into misery. A city of skyscrapers and poverty, of history and neglect, of glory and oblivion. This contrast forces us to question whether the city will be able to regain its splendor. While tourism and the economy continue to support privileged sectors, the most affected communities see how inequality keeps growing. Many wonder if the government will take effective measures to address the housing crisis, insecurity, and lack of job opportunities. Without clear strategies, the gap between opulence and misery will only continue to expand. Still, Philadelphia has a resilient spirit. Throughout history, it has proven to be a city capable of reinventing itself and overcoming its difficulties. Community organizations, volunteers, and some sectors of the government work tirelessly to restore the stability that the city once had. However, the big question remains: will these efforts be enough, or will Philadelphia continue to sink deeper into its own crisis?